the fresco of the Annunciation and the birth of Christ. In the front of the southern sanctuary, dedicated to St. John, there is a fresco on the half dome that represents two basic subjects, the Annunciation and the birth of Christ. These events have great importance in the life of St. Mary, after whom this church is named. The style of art represented in this fresco is of Byzantine heritage. The image is painted on a dark blue background, and the border of the fresco has a series of red, blue, and green vases. The two scenes are represented as one, unless we take into consideration the black line that lines the angel's wings, acting as a border separating this image into two equal sections. The first section is the scene of the Annunciation and comprises the whole of the eastern half. We see St. Mary standing in front of what appears to be a small circular building, which could be a cave, on either side of which are two rose-coloured spiral columns with Roman capitals. The upper part of the building is dome-shaped and made of red brick, above which is a layered ceiling of fish-like scales. It is said that this scene represents St. Mary's house, with St. Mary standing in the entrance wearing a dark red mantle and a blue tunic with bracelets of dark gold, and around her head is an aura of light framed by a ring of white dots. St. Mary's right hand is raised to touch her face, and she uses her other hand to hold a mantle that reaches her knee. She seems to be thinking and wondering as she looks to the ground and not to the Angel Gabriel, who is in a winged form and reaches out to her. Around his head is an aura of light, and he is wearing a dark red mantle which wraps around his middle and over his left shoulder. He also wears a garment with loose billowing sleeves, the same garments worn by the angels. He is painted in yellow, wears black shoes, and in his hand is an apostolic staff, a staff topped by a cross. His right hand waves to St. Mary, indicating both the Annunciation and a greeting. The top of his wings are in green and yellow, and the outer feathers are lined in black and look as if they are missing. The angel is pictured from the front as he approaches St. Mary, with his head leaning forward to greet her. The greeting is written in Syriac and Greek inside the vault of the dome and translates, "Hail, thou art highly favoured, the Lord is with thee, blessed art thou among women." These are the words which were said to her according to what is written in the Bible in Luke chapter 1, verse 28. This verse is also written in Coptic above the head of the Angel Gabriel. On the western half of the dome, the birth of Jesus Christ is represented. Hills and rocks appear in the background, and in the middle is a large brown cave. Inside the cave, St. Mary lies on a red pillow, as if she is half sitting and half bent, and on her left appears Jesus Christ. This is one aspect of Coptic art in which St. Mary appears on Jesus' right throughout his life, from birth until he was taken up to heaven. St. Mary's head is surrounded by an aura of light, and she wears a red cape with a golden trim around the neck, under which she wears a sky blue dress and black shoes. She rests her left hand on her knee, and her right hand is raised toward her chest. She looks directly at us, the viewer, and pays no attention to Jesus Christ, the newborn baby, whose head is also surrounded by an aura of light, which includes the impression of a cross. His upper body is wrapped in blue swaddling clothes, and his lower body in a red tunic, with his lower legs and feet bare. By St. Mary's right hand is a Syriac text reading, Mother of God. Above the image of St. Mary and Jesus Christ, there is another Syriac inscription which reads, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men." From Luke chapter 2, verse 14. Outside the cave, we find at the feet of the Virgin Mary St. Joseph the carpenter, Yusuf Sheikh in Arabic, and around his head there is an aura. He is kneeling with his head bent forward and appears as a sheikh with white hair. He is wearing a green robe and dark red cape, and his name is written in Syriac beside him. He seems to be sleeping, as it is said that an angel will appear to him in a dream and he will tell them to escape to Egypt. In the upper section above the cave, we find a blue cloud dotted with white stars. 4 angels are standing on top of the hill which contains the cave, and another 2 angels are flying to the right. These 2 angels are chanting a prayer inscribed in Syriac at the top of the cave. As previously mentioned, the 4 angels are flying down towards the shepherds in the lower left-hand corner to announce the prophecies. The 3 wise men, who appear as kings in the lower right-hand corner, are depicted wearing clothes, the rich detail of which illustrates their wealth. The first Magi is an old man with white hair and a beard. He wears black shoes and his legs are covered with blue cloth. He also wears a yellow dalmatic, a long, wide-sleeved liturgical tunic, and a green coat. The second is a middle-aged man with a black beard, which is longer than the first wise man's beard. He also wears black shoes, a red coat with a blue ribbon, and a dalmatic. The third one is a young man who does not have a moustache or a beard. We can't see much of his lower body except the left leg. All of them wear crowns, the lower parts of which are squared and the upper part cone-shaped. Each of them is holding a gift in his left hand. The first one carries a box of gold, the second carries a box of frankincense, and the third a box of myrrh. Each of the gifts refers to an aspect of Christ's life. Gold refers to Christ the King. Frankincense is a reference to Christ the priest, and myrrh is a reference to Christ's suffering. This is the image of the Magi, but the image of the shepherds is different. The 3 shepherds are depicted as men in 3 stages of life, as an old man, a middle-aged man, and as a youth. The 3 shepherds are on the lower left of the picture. We find the first one, the middle-aged man, with a black beard, a cone-shaped headdress, a short-sleeved red and brown robe, and boots. He extends his left arm toward the cave or to the angels and holds his friend's hand with his right hand. The second one is an old man with white hair and white beard. He holds a shepherd's staff and is wearing a grey animal skin with black tassels. He also wears striped socks and black boots and seems to be heading to the right. He is looking to the angels and the animals which are in front of the shepherds. The third one, the youth above the other 2, is playing a mizmar, a single or double reed Egyptian wind instrument. The fresco on this half dome is from the first quarter of the 10th century, and there is another fresco underneath this one which was revealed later.